I shouldn't have left you.
Without a strong rhyme to step to, think of how many weak shows you slept through. Time's up, I'm sorry I kept you thinking of this. You keep repeating your miss. The rhyme from the microphone solo with. So you sit by the radio and on the dial soon. As you hear it,
Up off the volume.
yeah, put the speaker till you hear it.
All right. My Palantiers, my friends out there. Hey, listen, that shows you how old I am. Eric B and Rakim, they were my guys. Way back in the day, I remember watching them. I still vividly remember watching them on Soul Train for the very first time, hearing this music, hearing the song. Took my last $10 to get a cassette tape. So it was awesome. Loved it. I played that thing 3 or 4 summers in a row. Just love that music. Early rap was early hip hop was really good. So hey, listen, it has been a long time since we've chatted. We have been hard at work. The Pallet Junction staff and I, we're just trying to make it happen for you guys. And so we've done some things, and we've had some suggestions. One of the early adapters to Pallet Junction has reached out to us and said, "Hey, we want folks to actually come on and be able just to go buy, whether they're buyers that are part of your network or not. If they see our stuff out there, yeah, they want to be able to buy." And so it was just a great suggestion and something that I just didn't think of. And so what we did was, I'll just show you what we did and what we're doing. This is not the final result, but this is the beginning of it. And so what we're doing is putting a buy now button there. And so it's going to have 2 different kind of triggers. So if you click on it, you'll have the choice whether you want to go through our Trust app partner, or if you just want to buy direct with a credit card or what have you, and just kind of get it done, or a purchase order. So our early adapters sort of are coming through, and just people are making a great suggestions. So that's the way it looks right now. We're going to make a few more modifications, but it's just a great idea. And so we want more of that. We're going to show you guys how to do this, because it's just more to it than just them coming to our site. These pictures and this information actually acts as its own independent web page. And so we'll show you how to SEO it, and we typically go back and do it for you, because we're not expecting you to do that. I mean, listen, we want you to provide us with the raw information, and we'll kind of take it from there. So we're just growing out our staff to do that. But KDH, Pallet Brokerage over there in Texas, representing, doing his thing. And he's out there making money. He's working with Pallet Junction. Kelvin's working with Pallet Junction. In fact, if you heard my phone ring, that was Kelvin, trying to make, another deal with someone else, and kind of need our help to do that. We're happy to help him. So your $50 a month go a long way. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about another early adapter that's been working with us. And so we have, logistics for less. They just jumped on board. They're getting into the pallet business, so reach out to them, say what's up. Simpson Family Pallets, they're out of Brooksville, Florida. That's like the Tampa Bay area. Say what's up to Andre and his crew, and of course Kelvin, as I mentioned. But I want to talk about this guy, the Pallet Guy Tampa. Now, what's so unique about this is that he just he and I connected somehow. I was trying to help a client out, look for some pallets. I called the number that I found, and then we started talking. He called me back, and we started talking about Pallet Junction, and his enthusiasm and excitement, and the fact that he got, sort of the vision right away, just completely re-energized me, man. It was amazing. So the synergy between the both of us was just spot on. And about a week or so later, after he did his due diligence, man, I think you should Google me. Google me. Make sure you know who I am, right? Because in what I've done and what I've done before, so you'll understand that this whole thing is serious. When I talk about taking over this industry, I'm talking about taking over this industry. Like, I'm going to be a player. Pallet Junction will be major players in this industry, and it ain't going to take us 10 years to get it done. It's going to be soon. So we're going to build out our network digitally and have our footprint. And there's all kinds of things that we're going to be able to do for you because a lot of folks are teaching you how to sling pallets, and that's great. And I think that's an awesome intro to this thing. We're going to be coming out with a strictly a Hollywood type production, which will show you how to build a viable business, right? You're going to have your own fiefdom. You're going to have your own corporation. You're going to be able to hire people, family members, friends, folks that need a job to be able to help you and to make money too, right? So we're going to be able to not only help with your digital footprint, but we've got someone on board who's on staff with us right now who's going to be able to also help you build your business credit, right? That's a whole new thing. I don't know if you're getting that other places, but you're going to get that here. So we're going to make sure that you have a legacy, something that you can do. And speaking of legacy, my mentor has said to me, he said, "Hey man, I love what you're doing. I love what you're thinking." My mentor, his name is Doug. He's about to retire. He's been in the business for about 30 years. He's going to sell his business for $3.5, $4 million, right? Pallet business, right? And so, Doug began to talk to me and he said, "Hey, listen, what you need to do is you need to go out there and you need to be able to put your hands on pallets so that you can see what the common man is doing or the guys that you're pitching to, what they're doing out there so you can feel their pain." And I tell you what, man, I took that seriously. I did that. A ton of folks that can attest to it. Yvette out in Cali, she'll tell you that I would go out there and I would pick up some pallets and I would load them up and I would, find someone to sell them to and things like that. Maybe do a little repair. And two things that I realized: number one, I'm not cut out for that, right? And number two, it is some hard work. So that energized me and motivated me even more as well to make sure that I help you to build something for the future, right? Not just for right now. You can't sling pallets forever, fella. You're not always going to be 20 or 30 or 40 years old. There's going to be a time when your body, your rotator cuffs, your knees, those things start aching and get sore. So let's build ourselves a valuable business. And right now the market's hot. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm doing my research and I do it every day. This market's going to remain hot for a long time to come. But let's talk about my guy here, Pallet Junction, or excuse me, Pallet, the Pallet Guy Tampa, right? So basically, he reached out to me about a month ago. He's not been with us for very long, but we started to understand what his vision is, what he wanted to do, and so we started to digitize all of that. And so I just want to show you a couple of things that's happening for him right away. And by the way, let me just take a step back. Uh, Everyone who has signed up with us so far, except for these newest guys right here, but they got a lead today. They just signed up yesterday and they got a lead today, right? Everyone here has made some money through and with Pallet Junction. So that's incredible because they've only been with us some a month, some a few weeks, some maybe 2 months. So we're about putting you on money right away. I'm a big fisherman and I go out and have a lot of charter boat captains that are friends of mine, and their main goal is to put you on fish right away. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to put you on money right away, trying to make sure you get paid, and so you continue to do the $50 a month. No. Again, it goes back to wanting to make sure that you're satisfied with what you're getting, but you're building something. So let's jump on this and let's just talk about the Pallet Guy Tampa. So if you just go here, and I'm just going to do a Google search right quick, and I'm going to put the Pallet Guy Tampa in, right? So we created this for him, and that's great. It's going to show up in my browser. If you know anything about SEO, you type in something, enough, it is, Google remembers. But the important thing here is that this guy is here. But let me show you something. Let's look up this because he's in Tampa Bay, right? And I just discovered this today, which excited me so much, right? Pallets. Let's see, and everyone knows I can't spell. Brooksville, Florida, right? So let's look at that. So check this out. Now, since Family Pallets, they've already been there. They created this on their own. Well, look who else is here. The Pallet Guy Tampa, right? So we're, because my whole thing is about dominating. I just don't want to participate. I want to dominate. Now, some cats out there just like to participate. I call them the YMC cats. I'm not a YMC cat. I want to get an award in which I earn, right? So again, the Pallet Guy Tampa is showing up fairly quickly. Again, only being in our system and in our program just for a little bit. So he's actually out of a bedroom community of Tampa called Lutz. And so we're going to look up pallets, Lutz, and let's see. Here he is. He's number one right here in Lutz, right? And that's awesome. So now, just so you know, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my philosophy on the internet. So every search engine result page, I look at as real estate, and I want to dominate that real estate. I look at it as a monopoly board. I want to have as many houses and hotels and cars on that plot as possible, right? So it does two things. It makes me more famous or my client more famous, but it also blocks out my competitors, my client's competitors. So here he is number one here, and he's number two here, right? So that's pretty cool. He's here. So here's Pallet Junction Lutz, and here he is right here. Now, there you go. So again, we can do this with some others. And so what I'm thinking about is taking one volunteer, right? Somebody doesn't pay me anything, and then building out their platform and their program, and then after just show you step by step how we're doing it. And I'm not going to tell you all my secret sauce. I mean, there's some stuff there. I mean, if you read that article, you would know that I have 153,000 people on my We Got a Guy network. They sign up every day to be a part of it. So there's some secret sauce that we have, but we can show you some preliminary stuff. And so if you decide, hey, man, I don't necessarily want to deal with you, man, I want to kind of do some of this stuff on my own, and you certainly can, but why try to reinvent the wheel? It makes it so much harder, especially when it's already been done. But that's up to you. So here he is here, and he's number two here, and his stuff is kind of it's growing, right? And it gives you the ability, right, to attack this thing digitally, because as we talked about in the article, and I've talked about with so many pallet suppliers around the country, we're dealing with second and third generation folks, right, who have absolutely no need for the internet. That's the key, man. Because when they don't have supply, where does a customer go? They go to the internet. They go digitally. They go to someone that they think they know. They found, the stuff that I've sent them, the marketing materials, right? I've got a good partner out of Tulsa. He and I work really well together. We're finding people where, we have campaigns going on and things of that nature, and we're whipping them in, right? And they might not come in right away, but a few months they can't get supply and things like that. Supply becomes more scarce. These guys have, they start to turn to, hey, I remember getting this email from Reggie in Pallet Junction, or Tulsa in Pallet Junction, or whomever's working with us, and so we reach out that way. We have so many different networks that we are part of and that we're growing in. We don't mind spending the money. We don't mind putting time in. Hey, listen, we actually not just put our money there, but we also put our energies there. We wake up thinking about pallets. We go to sleep thinking about pallets. It's all about the pallet game. So, just to kind of give you just a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes on kind of what we're doing. We got some great things coming up. Next week, we're going to, start this promo of this new product that we've got coming out, helping you to build your little fiefdom, your little kingdom locally where you are. So I really can't wait for you guys to see it. Again, a Hollywood production. It's going to be amazing. So from Bangladesh to Bangor, Maine, Pallet Junction's got you covered. I'll talk to you guys soon.